God says, trust in God's divine plan and embrace the season of miracles and blessings. The concept of the will of God is a central theme in Christianity and is reflected in the Bible through various verses and passages. It encompasses God's divine plan, purpose, and desires for His creation, including human beings. Let's explore the highlighted passages and reflections further to understand the depth and significance of the will of God. Transformation and discernment. The verse advises believers not to conform to the patterns and values of the world, but to be transformed by renewing their minds. This transformation comes through a deep relationship with God, where His Word and Spirit shape their thinking and character. By doing so, they will be able to discern God's good, acceptable, and perfect will. In essence, to understand and follow God's will, believers need to align their thoughts and actions with His divine wisdom and guidance. God's plans for His people. This passage from the book of Jeremiah conveys a message of hope and assurance. It speaks of God's plans for His people, plans for their welfare and not for evil, plans to give them a future and a hope. This passage emphasizes God's loving intentions and desire to bring about a positive future for His people. It reassures believers that God's will is rooted in love and benevolence. Seeking and doing God's will. This passage highlights the importance of seeking and doing God's will. It states that whoever does the will of God abides forever. This implies that aligning one's life with God's will leads to eternal blessings and significance. It encourages believers to actively seek and live out God's will in their daily lives. Trusting God's guidance. This verse encourages believers to trust in the Lord with all their hearts and not lean on their own understanding. Acknowledging God in all their ways leads to Him directing their paths. This passage emphasizes the need for complete reliance on God's guidance and wisdom, even when circumstances may seem uncertain. Suffering according to God's will. This passage addresses the idea of suffering according to God's will. It suggests that those who suffer in accordance with God's will should entrust their souls to a faithful Creator while doing good. This perspective reminds believers that even in times of suffering, they can find solace and purpose by entrusting themselves to God's care and continuing to live out His principles. Overall, the will of God encompasses His divine plan, purpose, and desires for His creation. It involves seeking transformation through a deep relationship with God, trusting His guidance, and aligning one's thoughts and actions with His wisdom. Believers can find hope, assurance, and a sense of purpose by actively seeking and living out God's will in their lives. So, let us move forward in faith, with heads held high, secure the knowledge that God's plans for our lives are unstoppable and full of hope. Type yes if you believe in God. God bless you.